Now, we also have a camera in the chamber because it will be interesting to tell where they go and sit first. Don't forget, Haruna Idrisu told us that they will be the majority in parliament, and the NDC believes that they are the majority, and they have come first. So we will take you into the chamber to show you whether they are sat to the left or the right. Now, they are sitting to the right of the speaker's, I don't know what to call it.
The right-hand side.
Sky, describe this for me. So the place, these are NDC MPs.
Yes, so these are NDC MPs.
And they have just entered parliament and they've sat at the majority side.
Yeah, now we can make something or not make anything out of it because as we speak, the House is not sitting.
So maybe they're just warming the seats.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't know yet.
It is just a caucus meeting that will take place, positions will be communicated and all of that. Now, if they insist and remain there at the start of proceedings, then we will now be asking the question.
Then there will be an issue.
Exactly.
But viewers, it's very interesting that they have made a beeline for the majority side. This is, you know, I've covered a few caucus meetings where they can sit anywhere and just have a meeting. But this looks like a very deliberate, arranged, premeditated seating. So you can see them filing from the right. When we came in the afternoon, they were sat to the left. So on your screen, they are sat to your left, which is the speaker's right.
Yeah.
So when NDC says they have a majority, at least Sky is saying that because Parliament hasn't started, this sitting hasn't started yet, we could just make of this what we may.
Yeah.
But I think it's still significant to see them choose to sit on the right.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for the, let me choose my words carefully, the optics of it, because ultimately it is the numbers that will determine where you sit.
But the numbers are 137, 137.
No, so in this particular case, we have an interesting development from the central region, and then also the NDC side, the MPP side has an independent candidate who won the elections, who is joining the...
But we don't know that yet because they would only join after the sitting begins.
No.
So I mean, is it... I mean, he's made that point in the public.
The position has been publicly articulated.
Okay.
And all these indications are communicated to the office of the clerk.
So the clerk is aware of where he will join.
So all these positions are communicated because you don't want any uncertainty.
There's an uproar in the House. There seems to be some fans going on.
Okay.
Duke would go and check out and come and tell us what's going on. So Haruna Idrisu, who's the... Now, I don't know what to call the minority leader for this.
The current minority leader.
For the yet to be dissolved parliament just entered and there was some jubilation. I need to say that I listened to his closing remarks and I listened to J. closing remarks. They were quite conciliatory. Mm-hmm. He was very, he spoke very highly of the speaker, Okwe, spoke highly of J. Mensah. As the J. Mensah speak highly, it was quite a conciliatory speech to close that particular sitting. And I need to point that out that it was quite convivial. Yeah. So, and we will discuss Haruna's leadership, we'll discuss J. Mensah's leadership in a separate program. But this is just exclusive pictures coming to you on the point of view. And in fact, tonight we have an extended show. We're going to go on till Duke and his team take over, because Duke has a team, Sixtus Dong, Ulo, Samiri Afi, and Co, who are going to take us into the chamber for the real seating. So it's going to be an extended seating. So tell your friends that the point of view has started. And we are just essentially a 5-meter walking distance from the chamber. And we will send one of our Gestapo reporters to go and find out what's happening in that particular caucus meeting. And we'll be reporting back to you. And from our vantage point, we'll point out who some of the people are. Sky, from where we sit, Haruna and Aveji being the leaders, they sit in the first few seats, right?
Exactly.
And then where do the chief whip sit?
So the chief whip sits by the two leaders of the House.
So on that first row,
exactly,
the whip sit there.
Exactly. And then you have deputy whips also sitting just immediately.
But there are usually 2 seats between the majority and minority, also in front. Who occupies those? Is that where the deputy speakers sit?
No, so which 2 seats?
So if you notice that the majority will sit on the right, minority sit on the left, but they are always, it's like 1 or 2 seats in the adjoining front.
Oh, no. So you mean immediately in front of the speaker?
Yeah, not in front of the... Okay, in front of the speaker. Who sits there?
Yes, so those are the clerks at table.
The clerks. So where do the deputy speakers sit?
So the deputy speakers would sit directly in front of the speaker. So
opposite him?
Yeah, opposite him. So the speaker is facing them, they are facing the speaker. That's normally the speaking arrangement. So that's a marriage between the minority side and the majority side of the aisle.
So these are live pictures, viewers. These are live pictures. From our vantage point, we saw the OA buses. 4 of them brought the minority MPs, or the NDC MPs for now. 4 buses, all dressed in white, came through the main entrance, are in the chamber, and they are sitting where ordinarily the majority would sit. The NDC have always insisted that they want a majority in this election. They say they